de colores es el arco iris que vemos lucir, y por eso los grandes amores de muchos colores me gustan a mí, y por eso los grandes amores de muchos colores me gustan a mí. De colores, sí, de blanco y negro y rojo y azul y castaño. De colores son gente que ríe y estrecha la mano. De colores son gente que sabe de la libertad, y por eso los grandes amores de muchos colores me gustan a mí, y por eso los grandes amores de muchos colores me gustan a mí. De colores son esos paisajes que viste en la aurora. De colores son las maravillas que el sol atesora. De colores es el arco iris que vemos lucir, y por eso los grandes amores de muchos colores me gustan a mí, y por eso los grandes amores de muchos colores me gustan a mí.
Woo! Yes, indeed, de colores. So I was telling Linda when she said me that I was going to do the preview song, I said it's going to take me back to my Tucson Boys Chorus days, because that was one of the songs we sang in the Tucson Boys Chorus. I love it. Thank you for sharing that. And good morning to everyone. Welcome to Unity of Tucson, a spiritual community where we are here to... You know what are we here to do? We are here to express and be love, to magnificently understand that love is at the core of our being and full expressions of love. So that's what we're here to do. Let's celebrate love today. I want to offer vision here at Unity of Tucson. Our vision statement is this: we envision a place of peace, beauty, and power where spiritual principles are taught and practiced within an ever-growing and dynamic congregation. And of course, here are some beautiful faces of people in our congregation that are going to come up on your screen for you as we celebrate with our first song. I am just a sailor in a great big sea, searching for what's meant for me. And I thank my lucky stars every single day. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. When the storm begins to blow, and when I've lost my way back home, oh, there is an answer. Oh, there is an answer. There is a ripple to every wave, a rhythm to the days and nights. All the thoughts that make the world go round, all our efforts multiply. Make a change and you will see, one small step is all we need. Oh, there is an answer. Oh, there is an answer. There is no difference between you and me, what lies beyond our history. And if we only take the time to see we're all we need, just take my hand and see me as a brother. Look inside and you will find love exists in every kind of. There is an answer. Oh, Yes, indeed. There is an answer. Thank you so much. So I just have to laugh because every time I get to that rhythm lyric, I can't seem to find the rhythm. But there is a rhythm to every wave, and I'm going to be in that wave here and now and evermore. So once again, good morning. Welcome to Unity of Tucson. Welcome to a beautiful Sunday morning. It is a beautiful Sunday morning in Tucson, isn't it? Yes, yes, yes. Once again, we are a spiritual community. We are here to teach practical tools for a better life. That's at least the focus of how I approach ministry, that if we're not putting this into practice, if we are not activating this and actually utilizing these principles in our life, then what's the point? That's what today is really all about, is activating these practical tools. If you're joining us for the first time today, I would love for you to let us know that you are joining us. If you go to unitytucson.com/connect, you can fill out a connect card there. Just let us know that you are here and let us know a little bit about you, and we would love to have you part of this fold. So thank you for being here with us this morning. It is my belief that we are activating our spiritual evolution at all times, and that as we engage this spiritual evolution, we are growing into ever expansive versions of ourself. And we are doing this purposefully all the time. Actually, we're doing it whether we're aware of it or not. But I'd like to say, let us live in the awareness of activating this spiritual evolution in our hearts and take charge of it so that we can, expand even more and more and more. Let's read together the words of our mission statement here at Unity of Tucson as they come up on the screen there. Just see how these feel for you. What does this feel like for you? Here we go. Within the principles of unity, we are a ministry of love, inspiration, learning, wholeness, acceptance, and joy that empowers all people to embrace their divine nature. Just take that in for a moment. Allow yourself to feel those words. A ministry of love, a ministry of inspiration, a ministry of learning, a ministry of wholeness, a ministry of acceptance, and a ministry of a joy. And within all of those things, we find inner empowerment. In my time, I'd like to share with you that I have distilled this philosophy in a way through the work I've done with my mentor in ministry. We've come to this realization that it really all can boil down to this, that there are 3 tenets that I carry with me. And I invite you to see how these feel in your heart as well. And they are these: love only, forgive everything, remember who you are. And I know a truth about you. I know a truth about you. I know a truth about all of you. I know a truth about all of you. I know a truth about you, and it is this: you are magnificent. Just because of who you are, not because of anything you do, but you are magnificent. And I think we should all be able to step forth and exclaim for ourselves, I am magnificent. So let's do that. If you're in the room, wherever you are watching online, exclaim out loud with me right now, I am magnificent. Here we go. I am magnificent. Indeed, you are, we are, I am. And so it is. I'm going to invite you to reach out, type some messages into the chat function wherever you're watching. If you're watching on YouTube or Facebook or on our website, there is a chat function there, and you can connect with the people who are watching with you. Say hello, let them know that you recognize their magnificence. And I do want to say to everyone who is here today, our tech crew, I see you, I'm grateful and know that you are magnificent. Board members in the room, we have a board meeting today, so I want to say thank you and recognize your magnificence. We have some people who are helping out with, doing the count that are here as well. I want to say you are magnificent. Carol, who's going to be our keeper of the flames today, you are magnificent. Deeply grateful for all of you. So let's just allow that magnificence to shine forth. As we take a few moments, as those messages and that energy goes out into the world, knowing that we are the center of that energy moving forward, I'm rooted in the assured knowledge of the One. And so let us take some time to center our focused awareness on that. If it's safe and comfortable and you'd like to close your eyes, you're welcome to do so, or simply allow them to be relaxed and unfocused. Letting the body settle into an easeful state, releasing any unnecessary tension. purposefully now stepping into a state of allowing. Easeful allowing. As we turn the focus to our inner life, inviting that inner life to relax and become easeful. Releasing any thoughts or considerations for what has preceded this moment. Letting go of any anticipation for what is to unfold in the future, and choosing to be here now. Simply, easefully, and gracefully. Be here now. I'm going to state this month's affirmation, and I invite you to simply allow yourself to take it in. See what feelings you have within in relationship to this. This month's affirmation is, with compassion in my heart, I choose to behold only the God essence in everyone I meet. With compassion in my heart, I choose to behold only the God essence in everyone I meet. And as I state it one more time, let us sit in silent contemplation for a short time. With compassion in my heart, I choose to behold only the God essence in everyone I meet. I live in the assured awareness right in this moment, as in every moment, that there is one power, one presence, one infinite creative source. There is this universal principle we call God and nothing else. And all existence, every aspect of form, everything seen, everything unseen, it is all part of the infinite nature that is God. There is no thing that is not God. So I know, beyond a shadow of a doubt, with this in mind, that this is our core identity. We are that nature. We are the flow and the expression of God's magnificent impression, and I know that it is impressing through us, as us, love, light, peace, beauty, power, life, joy. And I accept all of this as the full expression of life, as the divine. And so every action is an action that unfolds from this consciousness, from this awareness. And in this assured knowledge, with gratitude overflowing from within, I simply allow it to unfold, to gracefully become, and gracefully become, and gracefully become, for we are infinite becoming. I let it be so, and so it is. No need to push, no need to try, no need to worry or question why. Surrender, let go. Release and know. Breathe, 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 Thank you. I'm going to invite Carol to join me. Good morning, Carol. Grateful to have you here. I'm just taking it in and breathing. This is our ritual that we engage in every week called Lighting the Flames of Faith. And we do this every week with this understanding that we're lighting each candle representing a tradition of the world, a faith tradition, a spiritual ideology, a religious path, and understanding that each and every one of them are born of love. So that is what we honor with each candle that we light. And so we light a candle for the Tao, the way of ultimate reality, beyond the sensory perceptions, transcendent and reflected in the human experience. We light a candle for the shamanic traditions, focused not on worship, but rather on identification and participation in the whole, honoring reverently and passionately the earth and its intrinsic web of life. We light a candle for Hinduism, a path to the actualization of human potential through the union of the human spirit with the Brahman, or God spirit. We light a candle for Judaism, passionate in the search for meaning, the meaning of God, the meaning in creation, the meaning in existence, the meaning in history, the meaning in morality, and the meaning in justice. We light a candle for all forms of Buddhism, through the eightfold path of right views, right intent, right speech, right conduct, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration, one may rise above suffering. We light a candle for all forms of Christianity, a path of personal redemption through accepting the belief that Jesus Christ was the promised Savior of humanity. We light a candle for all forms of Islam, a path of peace cultivated in life's total surrender to Allah and guided through the 5 pillars of Islam: the creed, constant prayer, almsgiving, fasting during the holy month of Ramadan, and the pilgrimage to Mecca. We light a candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i. The mission of Baha'u'llah was to reconcile and rally the major religions of the world around their common beliefs. We light a candle for all forms of New Thought. New Thought is neither church, cult, nor sect. It asks no allegiance to creeds, forms, or personalities. Standing for universal brotherhood and the right of each person to live their own life in accordance with the highest dictates of their own conscience. For where truth is, there must be reason. We light a candle for all those who are as yet unaware of the power and presence of Spirit in their lives, and for the space that we are holding for them and for all faith traditions unnamed in this ceremony. And the final candle we light here is the healing candle, representing the revealing of any circumstance in which the essence of God is to be uncovered. For that is the nature of all circumstance, the revelation of the divine energy at the core of all. And so this is your candle for whatever is in your mind and in your heart that requires the light. Thank you. The candle here to your left is our peace candle, which we keep consistently illuminated, with the understanding that it represents the consistent illumination of peace in our hearts. And as we acknowledge and accept that peace is at the core of our beingness, that peace spreads into our actions, into our thoughts, into our intentions, and we create, right where we are, a more peaceful world. So let's honor this candle by reading together the prayer for world peace. Divine love indwells each person and radiates from one to another. Harmony is established and peace begins to reign in the world. We have a special treat today for our featured song. And there were a few people who were in the room that I let know what was happening today, because it's not being performed live here in the room today. It has been pre-recorded, and it's absolutely stunning. What you will hear in the room, but what you will see online. So online, you're going to see it all. You're going to be fine. But if you're in the room, you're going to hear it. And what I want you to know is that this is our very own Linda Ackerman presenting a piece for us today by Chopin. So I'm going to invite the tech crew to hit it. So I will say, if you were in the room, go home and watch the video. It's a good shot because you see her fingers. I do this because I don't play the piano, and it's like, this is playing the piano, right? But just watching that magnificent talent unfold right before your eyes, it's really exquisite. Thank you, Linda. Thank you. And it leads me actually right into essentially what today is all about, which is action in life. When we understand that we are this creative principle, and it's what we've been talking about these last several weeks, when we understand that we are this creative principle, that creative principle must express. That creative principle must express, and in many ways it expresses artistically. It actually expresses in all creation, in every aspect of our beingness. And when it expresses so beautifully, artistically, it's just an exquisite thing. So these past several weeks, we've been going over the 5 basic principles of unity. So the first principle that we spoke of several weeks ago is God is. I'm shorthanding all of these. God is. Number 2, I am, or we are. All creation is God. If God is all there is, then all creation must be that which is. 3 is how it works, which is it is consistently unfolding itself as creation. It is in a constant state of movement. Number 4 is how to use it, so we can utilize this power, we can utilize this principle, and we can put it into action. And so one of the tools that we use to do that is called prayer. So I talked about prayer last week. That's how to use it. And so number 5 is simply put in this manner: do the work, live the results. Activate it. Do it. Actually go into action in your life. That's what the 5th principle is all about. It is about the practical application of these ideas, of these tools. Charles Fillmore wrote this in Christian Healing about the 5th principle. He wrote this, that to bring forth the kingdom of heaven, all our ideas must be with divine ideas and must be expressed. To bring forth the kingdom of heaven, all our ideas must be one with divine ideas and must be expressed. So we are not a philosophy that teaches that heaven is some place we're going to get to at some point. And like many traditions, they will say it's after we die, right? But there's only one thing going on. It is everlasting life. So we actually never, although we will shed this physical expression at some point, we never actually experience death. We are consistently unfolding as everlasting life. So to bring forth the kingdom of heaven means that we can have that right here and right now, because what is the kingdom of heaven but a state of mind? Heaven is a state of mind, just like hell is a state of mind. And we get to decide in which place we are going to live in that state of mind. We're either going to live in heaven or we're going to live in hell. We may live someplace in between, but my work in life is to ensure that I am living more from the point of view and the consciousness of the kingdom of heaven. And the way that we do this, he says, that to bring forth this consciousness of the kingdom of heaven, our ideas must be one with the divine ideas. Now, they can never be separate, but that's a whole other talk. I gave it a couple weeks ago. But when we begin to understand that our ideas are divine ideas, and we align them with the ideas that we would like to have as expressions in our life, love, light, life, peace, power, beauty, joy, whatever they are, we are actively living in the consciousness of heaven. So we're not trying to get to heaven. We are bringing forth heaven here and now in our experience. We are to live the truth we know and accept that this is an active philosophy. We are to live the truth we know and accept that this is an active philosophy. The fifth principle is stated like this in many areas. It says through thoughts, words, and actions, we live the truth we know. Through thoughts, words, and actions, we live the truth we know. It is also stated in this manner: it is not enough to understand spiritual teachings. We must live the truth we know. So those are various places. You can go and look up unity principles, and it'll have different ways of phrasing all of the principles, and those are just a couple that you will find. But I love that. It is not enough to understand spiritual teachings. And that's what the first four principles are all about. It is about finding understanding. So number one, God is. That's an intellectual exercise that we embody into a state of understanding. So God is, I am, starts as an intellectual exercise that we begin to embody. Knowing the way that it works, the third principle, is an intellectual understanding that we begin to embody. And how to use it is an intellectual understanding that we begin to embody. And from those four intellectual understandings and the embodiment of those principles, step 5, the fifth principle, is now use it actively in life. Because essentially, consciousness in and of itself, and this is a little bit of a departure. I just want to give you an understanding that this is a little bit of a departure from previous ideas. And yet, I think this is something that we can take to heart thoroughly in our lives. And so the departure is this: consciousness alone does nothing. Consciousness in and of itself does nothing. There must be an active ingredient for consciousness to do something. We are that active ingredient because we have thinking minds, which is our conduit of consciousness. And so as we think, we are actually putting the consciousness into action. But in and of itself, it will do nothing. We are the activators of consciousness, and as we activate it, our lives unfold. Now, we can do this purposefully and decidedly, and yet most of us are doing it willy-nilly. Because it's always happening by means of us. We are that active nature of the infinite nature. And so our lives are showing up because we are the active ingredient. As is really all life, all form, everything at its core does have life energy to it. And so as it is unfolding, we are making decisions around whether or not we are living up there or down there, but it's all consciousness. Now, action in and of itself might be fruitless if we are just acting. Thank you. Nobody remembers that from back in the day. Action in and of itself is fruitless because my belief is that action backed by spiritual principle becomes the way to creating a life that works not just for you, but for all humanity, for all creation. Activated consciousness will impel action. activated consciousness will impel action. And that is the balance we are looking for. We are looking to strike that balance of living active expressions of God as our life that is an impulse through us. So consciousness and action go hand in hand. Prayer, that fourth principle, changes mind. That's what I talked about last week. The whole point and purpose of prayer is to change mind. But here's the next step of that. A changed mind, if it is truly changed, impels action. And so I said last week, the way we know if our prayer is answered is that we know it at the core of our being. We feel that it's been answered, right? But in that feeling, if we are not impelled into action in some manner, then here's what we need to do. Keep praying. Go back to mind. Go back to settling into consciousness. Go back to deepening in our understanding. I asked you last week to do the homework of writing out a prayer, right? Did everyone write out their prayer? I don't see very many hands. To write out a prayer based on those 5 steps: relaxation, concentration, meditation, realization, and appreciation. Allowing ourselves to use feeling words in writing out that prayer. And then I asked you to state that prayer before you go to bed each night and state it when you first get up in the morning. Read it out loud. So for those of you who did it, clearly nobody in this room, I'm just joking. For those of you who did it, I just want you to check in with yourself right now and say that in that activity, was anything activated in your life? Can you look now and say, oh, of course, this was my prayer, and I see how it has come to pass, how it has come to be in expression in my life. And if you haven't recognized it yet, here's the thing. If you have not recognized the form that is the result of your prayer, do not fear. Do not fear. All is not lost. Just keep doing the work. Keep praying. Because here's the thing. Abandoning the work is not the answer. It's not that God is all there is. I know that is what and who I am, and this is what I choose to experience in my life, the magnificent, abundant flow of joy. That is what I choose right here in my life, right here, right now. And I live in such eternal gratitude for this. I live in this place of gratitude. Oh, well, that didn't work. I guess that doesn't work. Right? Abandoning the work is not the answer. The answer is to dive more deeply into the work. Because if the prayer is not impelling action, then the prayer is unanswered. Prayer is meant to create that thing within each and every one of us that says, yes, here's how to be, here's how it unfolds. The work of our spiritual philosophy is the work of, here comes a jargon word, it is the work of demonstration. Demonstration. The work of our spiritual philosophy is the work of demonstration. How many of you have ever heard that word before in relationship to this philosophy? Demonstration, according to Charles Fillmore, is the proving of a truth principle in one's body or affairs. The proving of a truth principle in one's body or affairs. He's saying here that the principle in action, in expression, in our body or in our life's affairs, in our experience of the world is demonstration. And it is up to us. Our work is to prove the truth principle in all things. Matthew 21:22. Whatever you ask for in prayer with faith, you will receive. Whatever you ask for in prayer with faith, you will receive. There is no maybe within that. The only maybe is if you decide, abandon the prayer. That's when the maybe comes into place, because here's the thing. That is not a prayer in faith. That is not a prayer with faith. So whatever you ask for in prayer with faith, you will receive. Belief, faith, that is the key. You will always experience according to the light of faith within your heart. So how will you choose to experience the demonstration of what it is you would like to experience in your life? path to that is practice. The path to that is prayer. So, today's message was entitled Lights, Camera, Action. So lights. We are lights. We are the light of life. You are the light of the world. Let us choose to express that inherent truth of our being at all times. We are the light of the world, so let us allow our light to shine without abandon. Wow. I'm going to rephrase that. Let us allow our light to shine with abandon. With abandon. Let your light shine so brightly that it combines with all the other bright lights in the world, and we find our way to a more peace, just, and expansive experience of life. Camera. Now, a camera has a lens. The camera has a particular way of seeing the world. We use a camera for this experience on Sundays currently, and we'll continue to use the camera when we are back to meeting in person in the room. We will always have a camera that allows a focused view, right? That's the thing about a camera. A camera has a focused view. It says, look over here. Look over here. We get to do that with our mind. Our mind and the eyes are the cameras, right? We can choose where to place our focus, both with our eyes and with our mind, just like a camera. And so when we choose to place our focus on the good, then what do we see and experience? We see and experience the good. Now, we all get to decide what the good is for each and every one of us, because what shows up and what is believed to be my good may be separate and different from what your good is, and that's okay, because God is infinite in its expression, and so there's room for all expressions of good and all ideas about what good is. So lights, be the light of the world. Camera, let us choose to focus where we place our camera, our lens. And action. Action. From that, we live in action. Our spiritual abilities require our participation. So are you actively participating? Universal principle of itself is not active. We are the activators of this principle. And we have choice. That's the blessing. That is such a blessing. We have choice in the direction of that activation. We get to decide the flow and form of our lives. And it is happening at the level of awareness, should we decide to let it happen at the level of awareness, but it is always happening below the level of awareness. Well, whatever's happening below the level of awareness, I would like to draw up into my awareness so that I can set the tone of my thinking and create the life I would like to live. That's the choice I have, to see what is happening. The joke in these philosophies is, we talk all about change your thinking, change your life. Thoughts are things. Your thoughts create your experience. Your beliefs create your experience. And people will say, well, how do I know what I'm thinking? Well, the joke is, look at your life. Look at your life. That is the construct of your thoughts. And so as we deepen into the awareness of what is happening in our life, those are clues into how do we choose to be moving forward. And in the work of recognizing that that is the construct of our thoughts and our thoughts, we get to make choices and live the demonstration of those choices. Ellen Davenport is a contemporary Unity minister. She works at Unity Village. And she wrote, 4 of the 5 principles are about shifting consciousness before shifting behavior. 4 of the 5 principles are about shifting consciousness before changing behavior. This is important because behavior change without a shift in consciousness ultimately is unsustainable. The shift in consciousness brings us to a place that is born of awareness. the awareness of our inherent nature. That's principles 1 and 2. God is, I am. God is, I am. And God is always, always present. From this awareness of our inherent nature, when we make informed when we make informed choices, we live expressing from informed choices. So part of the work as well is to be informed, to deepen into accepting this information in whatever way suits you, in whatever path suits you. There is that within you that can access the infinite wisdom of the universe and act from that inherent wisdom. Now, who among us is doing that consistently? Who among us is doing that consistently? Because I can tell you, I've been at this a long time. I don't always do it consistently. I have times when I, fall back. That's okay. Because here's the thing, I know that when I fall back, I can get myself right back up. Now, there are teachers that we might look to and say, oh, well, they must have done it consistently. Mystics of the ages, they must have done it consistently. This is a call today to put the practical in practical spirituality, to put this practice to use in our lives, perhaps in a way we have never done so before. That was not a very nice sentence. But putting into practice this principle is the whole point of this teaching. There is no other point of this teaching. If we are here to create a world that works for everyone, if we are here to create better lives for ourselves and to express this and expand this into our collective consciousness and into the world, into the universe, we have to be practical about it. We have to put it into use. So make choices and act. Don't be afraid. You can always choose again if some choice you make doesn't turn out the way you thought it might. You can always choose again. God is, you are, thought is the way God is utilizing its expression as us. Prayer is the way that we focus our thought, and when we are focused in that, we live the results. Our responsibility in this is to be active. Lights, camera, action. Be the light. Focus your lens and act accordingly, because it is not enough to understand spiritual teachings. We must live the truth we know. Namaste. So the homework, oh yeah, that's right. He gives homework every week. The homework this week is to activate what I'm going to call this God essence or this life force within you. Now, if you are one of the people who are with me in mental muscle, this is going to be very familiar to you because you will have spent the last week doing this. This is what we call Life Force Week in Mental Muscle. I want everyone to do something every day that activates your life force. Be specific. Make a choice and do something every day that activates your life force. Now, it can be actively participating consciously in something that you normally already do, but I'm going to encourage you all to try something new. Do something different. Try something new this week and do this every single day. So next week, I'm going to come back and I'm going to ask you, did you get 7 days out of 7 doing this practice every day, activating every day something that enhances your life force? Let's go ahead and relax right where we are. Allow ourselves to take into our focus any kernel of truth that resonates with us today, and just allow. And as we sense that truth principle, that kernel of truth, the idea, whatever it is, allowing the mind to translate into an idea of what action can flow forth from that kernel. Just see what comes up.
God is, I am, right here, right now, right here, right now. God is, I am. God is, I am, right here, right now, right here, right now. God is, I am.
I choose to relax in this moment and settle my mind into this awareness that there is only one infinite power and presence. There is only one source. There is only one creative energy. And this is who and what we are. We are this very source energy at the expression of livingness that we have decided to be. And I know that we are always in a state of becoming, unfolding as greater expressions of livingness, expanding this sense of livingness. For in its infinite nature, there is always more and more and more. And so I trust that we are rooted in this notion that as we experience the truth of our being, as we remember who we are activating this in life, as life. That there is that within each and every one of us that is impelling us into action, and that we get to decide, we get to choose, we get to magnificently welcome the flow of good, of light, of life, of joy, beauty, wisdom, power, understanding. I breathe into this, and it is with a grateful heart that I simply let it be. I trust in its perfect unfoldment. I trust in its expression. I trust in its demonstration in the lives of each and every one of us. And so knowing this to be so, I release, I let go, I trust, I know, and I know this word is the law of life. And so it is.
God is, I am, right here, right now, right here, right now. God is, I am.
Thank you. The energy in the room is so beautiful. Let's just take that gratitude in our hearts and allow it to translate itself into an activity of giving this morning. That's what I choose to do. Why do we give? Of course we give because it is supportive of the vision and mission here at Unity of Tucson, and I am deeply grateful for all the ways you support this ministry, this vision, and how we choose to be in the world. And we are growing. We are growing and growing and growing. And that's the thing that I'm so excited about, is the exponential potential that is showing itself in this thing called Unity of Tucson. And you are the activator of that. So thank you for your capacity and willingness to participate in that. There are many ways that you can give. You can give at unitytucson.com. And there are many links on there where the top menu always has a give online link. So check that out. You can also phone in your card to the office during our regular office hours, Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. You can send in a check or a money order in the mail or any other delivery service. You also can now text, if you have a smartphone, text Unity Tucson to 73256, and you can give in that way as well. As we express this experience of giving, let's read together the divine givingness statement. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I joyously contribute to my spiritual center, knowing that it goes forth to heal, prosper, and bless, and returns to me multiplied abundantly. I thankfully acknowledge God as my source. And with that, God is my source, God is my power, God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, God gives me everything I need. Joy is my source, joy is my power, joy gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, joy gives me everything I need. Love is my source, love is my power, love gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, love gives me everything I need. Joy gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need. Yes, indeed. Woo! There is a virtual gathering today. I want to let everyone know there is a virtual gathering today. I will not be with you yet again today. Karen King will be there to help facilitate and host. So that's at 11:30. The link for that, remember, that has changed. You can go directly to our homepage at unitytucson.com, scroll down the page a little bit. You can click on that and it'll open up Zoom for you. But I think we're also putting up the information on how to access the virtual gathering today on your screen as well. So check that out. We do still need volunteers for data entry here in the office, so we would love to have you help us out in the office a little bit. Please email unity@unitytucson.com to let us know when you're available. Grateful for all the wonderful support that has happened and continues to unfold here in support of the administrative tasks of Unity of Tucson, of which there are many. Okay, the big announcement. Woo! Easter Sunday, we are returning to in-person services. We are going to do, once again, the limited capacity in-person services where we will have 42. We'll have 42 available seats for you to join us here at the sanctuary in the room. Now, on Easter Sunday, we're going to do it a little bit differently. We're going to do 2 services on Easter Sunday to help give as many people the opportunity to be here in the room as we can. So there's going to be a 9 a.m. service and an 11 a.m. service. If you are watching online, those 2 services will both be in the room, but if you're watching online, only the second service, the 11 a.m. service, is going to be webcast. So don't look for it at 9, look for it at 11. So we're an hour later that day on Easter Sunday. I'm putting out there that there will be a sunrise labyrinth walk that morning as well in honor of Easter. So you can meet me at 6 a.m. at the labyrinth right here at Unity of Tucson. Walk the labyrinth with some intention. I am asking that for the Labyrinth Walk that you RSVP. There's going to be an email that goes out this week, and there will be links in there to RSVP for the Labyrinth and also to reserve your spot for Easter Sunday at either the 9 a.m. or the 11 a.m. service. Following Easter, just to be very clear, following Easter, we will continue to do in-person services with the limited capacity, 42 chairs at the service, but we will go back to having one service at 10 a.m. And now I'm about to say this, and I guarantee you people are going to say, well, then let's do it this way. Unless we have such a rush for people to want to be here, then I will consider doing 2 services on Sundays. We'll talk about that and what that means. So keep an eye out for that email. It's going to come out later in the week. I think on Wednesday we're going to send the email out that will have the registration links in it. And I'm so grateful for everyone for your patience as we've moved through this time. And I am so looking forward to getting back to being with people in the room, right? Do let all your friends know that we are streaming on YouTube, on Facebook, and most importantly, on our website at unitytucson.com/livestream. We want to continue to grow and expand our family, and I am deeply grateful for your participation in that. I want to say thank you to our crew for your magnificent support and work in making sure that we have this virtual ministry available. Wally, Don, Aiden, thank you for your magnificence. I want to say thank you to the board and to our counters for being here today and supporting, and always grateful to have you in this expression and experience and all the magnificent work that you do, and looking forward to being with the board today later for our board meeting. Carol, thank you so much for being our keeper of the flames today and for your consciousness and all the magnificent work that you do here in support of Unity of Tucson. I want to say thank you to our magnificent musicians for your beautiful work today, but especially, and I think we should give another round of applause to Linda Ackerman for your magnificent piece today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. As we complete our time here today, I invite you to share with me the prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds me. I am that light. The love of God enfolds me. I am that love. The power of God protects me. I am that power. The presence of God watches over me. I am that presence. Wherever I am, God is. Wherever God is, I am. And so it is. Amen. Feel free to dance if you want. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine. I'm gonna let it shine, shine. Everybody, shine, shine. You know you want to shine, shine. All around the world, shine, shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Well, everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine. I'm gonna let it shine, shine. Everybody, shine, shine. You know you want to shine, shine. All around the world, shine, shine. Here we go. When there's light in the soul,
There's light in the soul.
there is beauty in the person.
There is beauty in the person.
When there's beauty in the person,
When there's beauty in the person,
there is harmony in the home.
there is harmony in the home.
When there's harmony in the home,
When there's harmony in the home,
there is honor in the nation.
honor in the nation.
When there's honor in the nation,
honor in the nation,
there is peace in the world. No more living in fear, oh no, we're gonna let it shine. No more living in fear, oh no, we're gonna let it shine. No more living in fear. light shine. Let light shine, shine, shine. Make it a magnificent week, everyone.